Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. The Iron Protocol was the infamous management doctrine of the Stellar Media Trust, the very conglomerate poised to complete its acquisition of OmniNet Global. For decades, Stellar Trust had prided itself on the protocol's rigid, hierarchical efficiency, a system built on unyielding command chain control. Dax's comparison, intended as high praise for his own team's innovation, was immediately interpreted by Stellar's management as a public declaration that OmniNet's lead engineer considered their entire corporate structure archaic and inert. The resulting tremor was immediate and catastrophic. Director Theron, OmniNet's perennial head of regulatory affairs, materialized in the lab, his suit somehow managing to look even more stressed than usual. Rourke, the protocol comments. Vane is receiving direct neural feedback from Stellar Trust's CEO. They believe this is a pre-acquisition sabotage attempt. Theron hissed, pulling Dax away from a diagnostic screen. Sabotage? Director, it's a technical comparison of an OS architecture to a defunct management structure, Dax protested, gesturing to the sprawling code on the screen. I used the Iron Protocol as a generic term for rigidity, common parlance in our field. It's an analogy for the difference between decentralized processing and centralized blockage. Analogies cost money, Theron snapped. Stellar Trust's entire brand identity is built on that protocol. Their stock just dropped 3 points because investors are suddenly questioning whether OmniNet's innovative culture is compatible with Stellar's stable governance. We are 72 hours from the final transfer of assets. Every second of instability adds zeros to the risk premium. The crisis escalated past a mere retraction. Stellar Trust demanded a public, video-recorded statement from Dax, not just clarifying his words, but effectively endorsing the very system he had called archaic and inert. The pressure was immense. The entire multi-billion credit deal now hinged on Dax Rourke, the quiet engineer performing an act of corporate fealty. Vane himself joined the virtual meeting, his holographic projection filling the far wall of the lab. Dax, you have to choose your intellectual integrity or the future of OmniNet. Stellar Trust sees this as a test of obedience. They want to ensure their management philosophy will be adopted, not ridiculed. With a heavy sigh, Dax drafted his retraction. The final statement, meticulously crafted by Theron, praised the time-tested, foundational stability of the Iron Protocol and clarified that the CEE's architecture was merely a specialized internal tool with no bearing on broad organizational standards. The statement was released, the market calmed, the risk assessment was adjusted, but the merger proceeded. Dax watched the broadcast of his own forced retraction. His voice, usually so confident when speaking of algorithms, now wooden and hollow. He realized that the code of eill, the aura matrix, and now the cognitive empathy engine, they were all irrelevant. In the OmniNet Global complex, the true law wasn't written in code or on a scroll. It was written in the silent, absolute prerequisite of corporate quiet required to move credits between untouchable entities. That silence, Dax realized, was the final, non-negotiable price of doing business.